911 emergency, what are you reporting?
We're going north 125. Our accelerator's stuck.
Okay, northbound 125, where are you passing?
We are passing, where are we passing? We're going 120, Mission Gorge. We're in trouble. We can't, there's no brake.
Okay. Hello?
On August 28, 2009, a man urgently phoned 911 as he was traveling on a highway in San Diego at a speed of 120 miles per hour, reporting that the accelerator pedal in his car was stuck and he couldn't get the car to stop.
We're in trouble. We can't, there's no brake.
He stated that his brakes weren't working. The car was a Lexus dealer-provided Loaner ES 350, and inside were Mark Saylor, aged 45, who was driving alongside his wife Cleofe, also 45, their 13-year-old daughter Mahala, and Mr. Saylor's brother-in-law, Chris Lastrella, who was the one that actually called 911. Tragically, the car crashed into another vehicle and then plunged into a ravine, resulting in the instant death of everyone inside.
The 911 call lasted just 17 seconds.
I had new trouble for Toyota.
The mounting troubles at Toyota.
Toyota has a problem.
Toyota will fully admit wrongdoing. It will pay a financial penalty of $1.2 billion.
The 911 call recording was released by the California Highway Patrol in September 2009 following the August 28th crash. The call recording went viral and everybody blamed Toyota. The recording worsened Toyota's reputation, and other reports about similar issues began to emerge across Toyota's product line. As a result, they recalled 4.5 million cars within a few months and more than 10 million cars worldwide in 2 years due to accelerator issues which caused many deaths and injuries worldwide, and the company still had to face numerous lawsuits. In addition to Lexus vehicles, they also received over 100 complaints about brake problems in their Prius hybrid cars. The lawyer acting for Mr. Saylor later discovered that the Lexus had been rented to another customer 3 days previously, but had been returned with a complaint that the accelerator was sticking. Over the next 5 years, an estimated 90 people died in Toyotas, which mysteriously accelerated. Numerous complaints and accidents involving Toyota vehicles were filed. In 2014, the company paid $1.2 billion to avoid prosecution for covering up information about problems with unintended acceleration that the FBI said Toyota knew was deadly. But first, let the focus remain on the tragic 911 call recording of Mr. Saylor's family. What was the underlying issue, and why did the car fail to stop? Was it truly Toyota's fault? Well, at that time, a theory emerged to explain the behavior of the pedals, suggesting that it was caused by floor mats sliding around and pressing down on the pedals. For valid reasons, shortly after the Mark Saylor incident, it was found that the same loaner car he was driving had a reported issue of a loose floor mat causing unintended acceleration. However, it became evident that floor mats were only a small part of the issue. The sheriff's report in San Diego indicated that the floor mat played a role, but it couldn't rule out the possibility of an electronic malfunction. Toyota consistently denied evidence supporting electronic issues, though they initially retracted their statement when recalling vehicles for floor mat issues. This resulted in Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood advising Toyota owners to stop driving their vehicles and take them to a Toyota dealer, as a solution was believed to be available. However, according to Malcolm Gladwell, a well-known journalist, any explanation was questionable, as numerous tests have demonstrated that even when a driver presses the throttle to the maximum, applying the brakes can bring the car to a stop.
But if your car is suddenly and mysteriously accelerating, all you have to do is step on the brakes, because brakes beat engines.
So, if brakes will always beat an engine, why couldn't Mark Saylor stop his car that day? Who was the real culprit? Was it human error? Did Mark Saylor fail to press the brake altogether? Because now that seems to be the only explanation that makes sense. For reference, when you drive your personal car, you become used to its pedals through muscle memory. Your mind goes into autopilot mode. However, many of the mysterious acceleration incidents occurred when drivers were in unfamiliar vehicles, such as Mark Saylor driving a loaner car. In 2011, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, along with NASA, released a report on these mysterious acceleration incidents. They analyzed the black boxes in these cars. What they found in most cases was that the brake pedal had not been touched. This is known as pedal error, and it's more common than you might think. So, now we have the understanding of what happened to Mark Saylor, right? Well, not exactly, because here comes the new twist to it. A few months after the Saylor incident, new details emerged suggesting that he was indeed pressing the brakes and that something else was at play. It turns out that Malcolm Gladwell overlooked a crucial aspect of this puzzle, and that was none other than power-assisted brakes. These brakes are designed to draw power from the engine, but they have a fatal flaw in a specific scenario. Consumer Reports conducted a test similar to Gladwell's with a Toyota car equipped with power-assisted brakes. They kept the accelerator floored and pressed the brakes, and the car eventually slowed down. However, they didn't stop there. They repeated the test, but this time they changed one thing. They lifted their foot from the brake while the accelerator was still pressed, and that caused the brakes not to function.
I'm in a Toyota Venza right now. We're going to accelerate it full throttle right now. I'm going to hit the brakes. The brakes don't really have enough power on this car to come to a stop. One thing that you definitely should not do if you're in a car that's accelerating out of control is pump your brakes. Well, I just pumped my brakes and I've lost power braking completely. Now not only am I not slowing down, but the car's accelerating. No matter how hard I push down on my brakes, I cannot slow or stop this car.
Therefore, Mark Saylor wasn't the victim of pedal error. He was the victim of a loose floor mat and power-assisted brakes combined together.
In the past few months, our customers have started to feel uncertain about the safety of Toyota's vehicle, and I take full responsibility for that.